So tell me your name first.
Morris Hartt.
Morris Hartt?
Yeah, H-A-R-T-T.
And how about you?
Troy Campbell.
Campbell? And do I have your permission to use your image and your words from
Sure.
our project? Great.
Yep.
Can you guys tell me where we are right now?
Venice, Louisiana. As far
And-
south as you can go in Louisiana.
As far south?
As far south as you
road.
can go. By road. You can leave. When you leave here, you got to have a boat if you want to go further.
They got a pilot town and Birdwood down the river, but you gotta get there by boat.
And people live there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And years ago, they used to have a school boat that would bring the kids from down there to the mainland to go to school.
No
back and
kidding.
forth, yeah.
But now you got to have your own boat? There's no
Yeah, there's no,
service?
I don't think they have
No,
any
they
kids.
don't have no school or nothing down there. It's just mainly people that
No, but
work
they used
down
to
there.
carry the kids up here to go
Yeah.
to school.
Yeah, they don't have no children
No.
down there no more.
No,
And did you two grow up here?
I did.
I didn't.
He was from Oklahoma.
I'm originally from Oklahoma.
Oh, wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I've been living down here 24 years, so
Quite a long time. huh?
yeah.
Is this a place that people don't understand, do you think? Like people outsiders, is it?
Understand like what you mean.
I mean, is it, are things different here than in the rest of the world?
Oh,
or-
absolutely.
Yeah.
How,
Big
how
time.
so?
It's a dead end road for one thing.
Right.
One way
Yeah.
in and one way out.
Yeah.
You mean if you drive down here and you get in trouble, there's only one way to run away?
Yeah,
Right.
you can't
And,
run.
and if you do get caught, you go across the river and you could get forgot about. You know.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very good.
No.
Ah.
You were telling me that you were here and that you got hit first with Katrina.
Right. The storm went over Plaquemines Parish first.
And were
Then it
you,
went into Mississippi.
wow,
We didn't have a telephone pole standing for 60 miles.
amazing.
Well, almost 9 months before we got electricity.
Yeah, it was over almost a year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did most people have generators? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, we had, if you was down here, you had to have a generator.
Yeah,
that's
you
for
had
sure.
to have.
Yeah,
And what did it do to this place?
flooded it. We was lucky it didn't destroy the building. What happened was the water came in and filled up the between the levees.
Yeah.
So when the actual storm passed over us, everything was submerged underneath the water.
It was stuck there, the water.
Right, you know, so, but 7 miles up, from 7 miles up, about they got a fort up there, Fort Jackson. From there going up about probably, I'd say 50 miles, it was completely destroyed.
Wow.
Yeah, there was very few buildings standing.
And how high did the water go in here?
The water, I got that 12 foot, that's 12 feet up there, the water, that's when it went down. It was probably about 16 feet, 18 feet of water whenever after the storm passed.
So you
In
had,
fact, the two levees are 18 feet high.
yeah.
There
When
was,
some
yeah.
people that came down here in boats the next day, they said you could see straight across like there was no levees.
Really?
The water was that high.
Pogey boats were in the, right there at the foot of the Empire Bridge, huh?
Right, the Empire Bridge in
Yeah.
Empire,
Yeah,
these
pogey
big giant
boats.
pogey boats had all been pushed up on top of the 4-lane up against the bridge, that bridge you come
Double
across.
riggers.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there was. If you look when you're going back up, you see some blue and yellow boats.
yeah.
What you think they are? About 100 footers?
Yeah.
Those fishing
think so.
boats?
They
Yeah.
go out and
Yeah, I
catch
saw
pogies, and they got a pogie plant that boils the pogie down and makes
Oh,
dog and cat food
Right.
and fertilizer,
Makeup, perfume.
makeup, all kind of stuff with
Really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Out of, you said porgy?
Pogey.
Pogie, it's a fish.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know they used
They
it
got
for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they got that's a pursane boats. They got big giant nets that
Yeah.
go around. And
Yeah, they
all
got
the
little
fish stay
bitty
in the
boats
middle.
on the back. When they drop them off the back, they go out and they got an airplane that flies over and tells them where the fish are.
Spotter?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they go out and make a big circle with a net.
Right.
And bring them back and turn them
Bring 'em
into
back
makeup.
in, throw them in there and ball them down, and you don't want to be there when they do that.
Oh no!
Because I tell you what, it don't
I
smell
bet it
good.
smells.
When I was a kid, they didn't have as much technology, and whenever they would ball the fish,
Right.
the smoke was so thick it looked like fog. And it's what is 15 or 16 miles up. The fog, the smoke was so thick it would come down here, and it would be foggy down here with pogie
Amazing.
smoke.
So when you were a kid, did you feel pretty isolated here?
No, not
No,
really.
it was
No.
good back then, huh?
Yeah, I don't feel isolated at all. No.
How's it been this summer? What have you had any of the
Oh.
different troubles that have been besetting the
Everything,
rest of the
man.
country? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with the coronavirus, you can't.
Has that come down here?
Everything's shutting down.
This parish had the least of any parish in the state because we dead end parish,
Right.
and I've been having trouble getting all kinds of my inventory: beer, liquor, just anything, potato chips, soft drinks, you name it. It's hard to get because they just what's happening. The Corona plant in Mexico shut completely down, so we couldn't get Corona. We just started getting Corona this week with certain packages. And
So
then
you could get the virus, but not the beer.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, if you want to get it, just go up there without a mask, you know.
Yeah, go to Belchase.
But yeah,
or
they,
up above.
And then the canneries and the bottle companies were short on people, so certain packages they didn't have. You know, it took me almost 2 months to get 16-ounce Budweiser cans.
Oh yeah.
Just got them today, first time in about 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I could get 16-ounce Budweiser because of the canneries. So,
Were people, were businesses open down here? Were people able to work during the?
oh yeah, everything was back to normal. You just didn't have everything you needed.
I mean, when it first hit, we shut down for a couple of weeks. Remember, Billy and all them shut down when we was building that boat. They shut down for 2 weeks. I know
Yeah.
you didn't, but we always wore masks.
I never shut down at all. Never. No.
And are you guys have any fear of the virus, or what do you think about the virus?
I just hope I don't get it. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of it, but I
Right.
hope I don't get it.
But you think it's a real thing?
Oh yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah, because I've met a lot of people this summer who don't believe in
It's
it.
a lot of hype to it though. And from what I understand, I got a couple of friends of mine whose wives work in the hospital, and they say that if the person dies, they still put coronavirus on the thing so they can get money.
I mean, if they got hit in the head with an axe.
No, I mean if they
would
go
say-
in with respiratory problems or any
Oh.
other kind of problems like that, not you know getting
Not crazy lies.
not crazy
No,
stuff. I mean it's
not
got to be an illness,
Right,
you know, and then they try and blame it on corona.
because they get extra
They
funding.
get extra money from what I understand. I ain't sure about that, you know. But
Yeah, I've heard that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. And how about the political situation? Have there been any protests here or anything like
No.
that?
They had one little protest in Belchase. They walked, you know, about
Oh, I
maybe
walked
2
over
miles.
the bridge.
Yeah, they walked over the bridge, but that was because
Belchase
of Martin
Bridge.
Luther King, way back when Perez was the parish president here,
Uh-huh.
and he ruled his parish. He's a dictator,
Oh yeah,
you know. He ran the parish, period,
for a long time.
for a long
Oh.
time. Yeah, and so that was a protest against him mostly, you know, because he was against that. But
Oh okay. And it
Yeah.
was peaceful, no trouble.
yeah, no trouble, no.
Oh. And how do you feel about the elections in a month? Right?
Yeah,
Is that contentious down here, or is
absolutely.
people argue a lot?
No, everybody wants Trump to be reelected.
So no, there's no dispute.
Nope.
No, not down here.
All my customers, black, white, green, yellow, I don't care what color they all for Trump. Because
Yeah.
he's for business, you know. And
Right.
down here, everything's business. Oil field, commercial fishing, sport fishing, you name it. Everything is related to business. You know?
No, I noticed that. Yeah, everywhere you look, it's
Yeah,
people
so, I
making
mean,
money trying
You
to.
Yeah.
know, whenever they talking about shutting down an oil field, half the people down here work in the oil field,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And if you don't have oil, like I would tell AOC, if you ain't got oil, what you gonna wear? Everything you got on is made with oil.
You
or
mean-
have to have oil to make the clothes.
You mean with the Green New Deal? Is that what
the
you're
Green
talking
New
about?
Deal? Yeah. I mean, everything you got on has to have oil to make it.
Right.
You know. So besides not being able to go nowhere because you can't drive your car.
You're gonna
And
be
just
naked.
like the Madeline aluminum we use, they gotta have gas to make that.
Yeah, all the materials got to have oil, man, no matter what. I mean, she don't know maybe because, you know, she came from a high society place. She's not low class person. Her parents lived in a real uppity place up there in North, wherever she's from.
The Bronx. Yeah.
The Bronx,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's what they say.
New York City. Yeah. No, there's no oil wells in New York City as far as I know.
No,
Wow. Well, what do you think the future holds? You guys, are you
it all
optimistic?
depends on who wins the election.
Yeah.
If Biden wins, you can forget it.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be over with, man.
What do you
'Cause
mean?
He's not gonna run the country. It's gonna be Pelosi and AOC and Chuck Schumer and all them cats are gonna be running the country.
And you don't think it'll be so good?
Oh hell no,
Yeah.
not at all. I mean they're against everything.
Yeah.
I mean They're against everything.
I said it.
Against religion, against business, against oil, against, I mean, you name it, they're against everything. You know, they just want power, that's all they want.
Yeah, when I hear you say that, I wonder what is it that they want?
Power.
Yeah.
When they got
They
their
want
thumb on
socialism.
everybody, and they in power, and nobody can, you know, challenge them and win, they're there forever, just like, you know, dictators. That's gonna be like Putin running the place. You know?
Right. Then they'd be
They'd
comfortable.
be completely in
happy.
charge, and they
Yeah.
could just say, "Hey, we're gonna do this. Hey, we're gonna do that. We don't care what y'all say."
So how do you think we got to this point where
I have no idea,
country
man.
seems split in two and
All of the socialism, man. I don't know where that come from. I can't believe
no.
it's just, you know, it's like they snuck up on us, you know, in colleges. You
how
know,
old are you?
Indoctrinating, you know, the kids in college, man, to be social.
How old are
social.
you?
I'm 66. I'll be 65 in November.
I'm
66 in November. I'm
How
sorry.
about you?
I'm 59. I'll be 60 in July.
Yes, I'm 62. We're about
Yeah.
the same. And, but I remember when I was a kid, it was the same thing: socialism, people fighting over this and that, and
Yeah, well, socialism.
doesn't it seem the
wasn't-
same? Like,
I don't think so. It wasn't like out in the open like it is now, man.
yeah,
Ain't
Yeah,
no
well,
way.
social media's got a lot to
I've
do
been
with
I've
it.
been involved in politics.
never-
My daddy was in politics. He wasn't a politician, but he was active in politics,
Right.
you know. And I've been active ever since I was 18, old enough to vote, you know, and worked the polls and everything else. But I never seen socialism up front like it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it was there, it was behind the scenes pretty much, down here anyway,
yeah.
you know.
Hey, I got a question. This is betrays my ignorance being from New York City, but are you Cajun?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, I guess you could call me Cajun, but I'm not like Cajun like the West, Louisiana and West. They got that big
Yeah, around
draw,
Lafitte.
that big accent.
Near
you know,
Lafayette?
over there in Homer.
Oh,
Thibodeau,
yeah.
Broke Bread. I mean, places
Lafitte.
like that. Lafitte.
Right. To me, you got an accent, but
Yeah, I got an accent. That's what
That's what
everybody tells me. I
everybody
can't
tells
tell. But if you go like to Fouchon and
Oh yeah,
down
you can't,
over there,
some of them you can't understand.
and they got a real heavy accent because they were
were
French
French.
Canadians.
Right.
Came down here, you know, and they got that broken French, you know, American accents.
no, I definitely had trouble a few times understanding what people
Well,
were saying.
yeah.
Now, my mama's side of the family all spoke French.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, my mama's grandma couldn't speak English at all.
Hmm.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you speak French?
Oh hell no, they didn't. They thought that was if
You can't even say hell no in French.
No, no, I can say some stuff, but I can't say it right now. But anyway, the people back then, they thought that was ignorant if you spoke French.
right.
So they wouldn't teach their kids to speak French because they thought it was ignorant to speak French.
Right.
And, which was crazy because, man, if I had two languages, you know, it'd be a
great.
lot different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys, and I'm glad I didn't give in to my laziness. I'm just gonna sit in my truck and
Yeah,
eat those
cool.
snacks and
Yeah.
take it easy.